Right, because the thing is, I'm still not like, I'm still a bit wary of it because she got out a gun earlier, right?
You
And
can be wary.
we know she's a former thief, so I'm
conti-
thinking that like at some point she may try and do something to
Oh, I figured
like
it out. You're
Oh,
worried that she's as bad as you are.
that's basically it. That my character is more like if I was in the situation, I would do something to screw them. So I'm like, I'm still not 100% convinced
Why
that.
would she do something to screw us?
As a character, as a character, Zaps believes this is going to be a fine deal. Out of character, of course she's going to do that. Otherwise, it wouldn't be interesting. But I like walking into these things as a character. As a
Well,
player,
no,
actually.
hang on. Like, at the very, very least, like she's going to not give us her cut. At which point we shoot her and take it anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
But, like I said, it's just my character would just be more like I
We've
don't
got-
really
we've
trust
got all
because
the
like,
power.
I'm not a fighter. So if it got
Okay.
into a firefight, I would be shot quite quickly.
Yeah, by me.
Yeah.
Or me.
Probably.
Okay.
The thing is,
Can we
though,
keep-
you have two excellent marksmen with you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
i.e. human shields.
Speaking of which, I have a gun, right?
Of course you do. Even if it's not
You might
a
have
signature
multiple.
asset. I even have a gun.
Oh, so I can have I can just have a gun. There's no like a sort of equipment thing going on
No.
here. We didn't
No.
sort that
No.
out. So even if I don't have an asset for it, I still have a gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
sweet.
if it's a very specific tool, you might need to create an asset by spending a plot point. But
Right. In that case,
Usually it's fine.
I'm wearing my underarm holster.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what I assumed. You've got the typical bodyguard pistol.
Yep. Cool.
I Tesla.
Hello, cat. All right, yeah, that's fine. So we're walking into town. We've sort of established that she is who she says she is, and we're heading towards the mine.
Yeah, well, you're heading towards the town initially, because
Oh, the town,
this,
right?
this is
Mhm.
out, the mine is on the opposite side of town, but you need to walk through town to get to the mine. As she tells you, it's behind the entrance is just behind the saloon bar. So you walk into town. You round a corner of a building onto what would be considered the main street of this town, and it's filled with Alliance troops.
Oh,
Okay.
Easy, lads.
Maggie is
keep walking.
utterly surprised. You can just see her jaw basically drops.
Wait.
What is the disposition of these troops? How are they?
Are they aiming at us with guns?
Yes, this.
There's some of them are hanging around outside the saloon. A few of them wandering up, patrolling the street. Some more forming what appears to be a defensive perimeter around the town hall.
So the corner we just turned, does that mean there's a building there?
Yeah.
And is it a
I-
shop?
No, it's an abandoned house.
We're walking into that.
Well,
No, we're
basically,
not.
you guys are behind Zaps and Maggie. Basically, I presume
Yeah.
Zaps and Maggie just froze as soon as they turned the corner. The rest of you have been around you.
There is the slightest moment where his step slows for just a brief moment, and then he just keeps walking.
I carry on walking. I'm the other side of Maggie then. So yeah, we keep. I'm going to keep walking because to me this is normal.
Yeah, I'm kind of keeping up because I'm presuming that I'm with you.
How's
I'm rear
Maggie
guard.
responding to this? Actually, is she keeping up?
She faltered for a second. Her jaw dropped. She looks really nervous now, but she's keeping pace with you guys,
Okay.
desperately sort of trying to look normal and like you belong there.
Mhm.
I try and convince her, or just say to just like act normal.
I put an arm around her and just say it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, a patrol just walks right past you, doesn't bat an eyelid.
Yeah,
I
that's
nod.
fine. We just keep walking. Just keep walking to the other end of town.
Where are we heading?
So
What's this?
you're heading to the
Awesome, guys.
opposite end of the main street. You've
Yes.
got
So we're not heading to the town hall where they're guarding.
No,
well, you
we
to
have
walk-
no reason
you have
to go
to
to the
walk
town hall.
past it, but
Cool.
you're
Okay, well,
heading
we-
to the pub, the bar at the other end, and just behind that is the entrance to the mine.
We do that then.
Yes.
Fortunately, the pub will conceal the mine entrance from the main street, but
All right.
you notice some of the patrols of soldiers peeling off down side streets and looking through the outskirts of town as well.
Is there anything on the Cortex about what's going on?
Yes, posted planet-wide. The mayor has decided to visit, and that's why he's brought all his security with him.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Can,
Oh,
can I just establish
Fine.
what kind of like troops are these? Are these like heavily armored or just like
Do you remember
Police-
Starship Troopers?
yeah?
They're,
Yeah, like
they're
that.
basically grunts.
They're
Like,
Okay, that's
they use
that's
the
what I
same
wanted,
props,
like, are
right?
literally those guys, but with purple painted on the armor.
I was gonna
Okay.
say.
They reused everything.
Yeah, that's just what I want to establish. Like, are these guys like proper troops or just like?
Yeah, they're proper. They're
Yeah.
military soldiers. They have assault rifles. They have
Okay.
body armor. They have helmets. They have military training.
So basically, people we don't really want to get in a firefight with.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Particularly not with as many of them as are here.
They painted a big purple center line down the armor, and that's like the Alliance colors.
So
So yeah,
Okay,
as
we-
well as apparently being in the same universe as Starship Troopers, as we discussed in your character creation, Wayland Yutani does exist in this universe as well. So
yes,
Yes.
this universe ties
Into Alien.
aliens into Starship Troopers, which is great. I still haven't yet figured out if you can tie it into that massive expanded universe.
I think you can because I think it's because there is a TARDIS on the junkyard where Mel finds Serenity, and that ties it into all of it. I don't know.
AD
Well,
and Star Wars. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. So you carry on just walking calmly down the high street. And yeah, as Maggie said, just round behind the pub, saloon, bar, whatever you want to call it, is the mine entrance. You know, once upon a time, it was probably quite an impressive thing. It looks as though it was secured and sealed for a long time, but sort of weather has degraded it. People have been getting in and out for years now. You can see that somebody's tried to put up a couple of boards across it recently just to try and secure it back up again.
I'm gonna get my suit dirty, aren't I?
Yeah, it would only take a short amount of time for you to pull a couple of boards off and you'll be in.
Right. So this is a disused mine, correct?
Absolutely.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna go straight up and like, there's no one sort of watching us, right?
No, you're out of sight of any Alliance patrols at
Right.
the
I'm
moment.
gonna get to work. Give me a hand here, Eliza. I'm gonna tear this thing open.
Well,
Sure.
can we just
I was
roll
expecting
in
you to,
without
like,
disturbing it? Actually.
No, there's kind of like a set of doors across that. You know, they would normally be hanging loose because of the boards across. They're sealed at the moment. You need to
Okay.
take the boards off to open the doors.
Hand
Can
me
I
that.
just can I
Hand me
just
that
say?
pickaxe.
Can I just say? I expected Nav to kick those boards down. That's what I was thinking he was going to say.
I can shoulder charge them if you like, but this is more efficient, I promise. Alternatively, if you're volunteering as an implement, then I can use you.
As a
I'm
battering
fine.
ram.
I'm fine. Thanks.
All right. Well, then I try and open the doors, or like tear down the boards, or whatever it is.
Quietly.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yep. So there's no actions listed for tearing down the boards, so that's not a problem.
Well, I mean, I can roll it if you like. There's
No, that's fine.
No.
The idea is that you get in pretty easily.
Yeah, and I presume
Okay.
the fact he's quite muscly.
Yeah,
like,
he'll be fine.
like physical would
Quite.
mean it's not.
I mean,
not
it's
a problem.
been weathered for years, so.
I'm 6'4" and gigantic.
Yeah, it says here the crew must pry loose some of the remaining boards to gain access, and then dig through the dirt and rocks so they can squeeze through before the Alliance patrol makes its rounds.
Okay, that's fine. We do that. That thing you just mentioned. That's what we do.
Yep.
So as the rest of the crew enters the mine, I take up a position looking out of the mine, basically,
Yep.
with my rifle.
Well, it's your guarding the entrance. Basically.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm basically expecting trouble to happen at any point.
So basically, what were you doing? You're setting up shop.
I'm setting up shop at the entrance of the mine, looking out.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually going to talk to Maggie. I'm going to ask her, why in the heck did you hide your stash in here? In addition to being like a heavily traveled place, it's falling down. What if there was a cave in? Could you have ever got your stuff back? In fact, if there has been a cave in, we can't get your stash. What the hell's wrong with you?
At the time, she says it was a good place to hide it. You know, it's just far enough that nobody really pays it much attention.
We just walked through the middle of town and got here.
Yeah, but if you live in town,
Behind the bar.
exactly, it's behind the bar. Nobody ever goes here unless they're throwing up.
We're in the west. We're out in the sticks here. People throw up all the time.
There's about 5 people live here now. It's not a problem.
I basically give Nav a kind of derisory look.
Wait, are you saying that Hang on, are you saying that the population of the town has increased by 750% by the Alliance turn up?
Broadly speaking, at least 100% at this point.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, as you start prying the boards off and you take a look inside.
Hey, look, Zaps, spiders.
Exactly, that's exactly what it says on the description.
Yes.
It's dark.
Zaps
There's
starts
loads of
to
very big
Zaps
spiders,
spiders.
and the narrow shaft is a deadly maze of cave-ins
I was going to put
and
one on his
mining
face.
depths. Every move you make inside dislodges more dirt and risks upsetting the rickety framework that holds the old mine together.
Every move we make, every step we take. Okay, got it.
It'll be rocking the walls.
Every time you do, you get that little shower of dust that you always get in films coming down.
Stop complaining.
And yeah, it looks as though it's on the verge of collapse.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, we're in a hurry now. Let's go.
Yeah.
And yeah, Maggie is
Hang on,
struggling
yeah.
a little bit.
One more thing. I'm gonna just turn to. Well, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna like drag her with me and say, by the way, your stash. How are we to be transporting it?
That's something I wanted to bring up once we were in the mine. Yes.
Yeah, she
Well, we're in the mine.
says it's in a large lockbox that you'll just need to carry back to the farm.
Oh, you mean past all of those fine Alliance boys out there?
Maggie, do you have any idea why the mayor is visiting and how long?
She didn't know the mayor was visiting. She's shocked.
I kind of interject and go like, guys, don't worry about it. I've got it sorted. I think I can talk my way out of this.
Yes, because you talk us out of that as well.
Yeah. I kind of got a plan, but you guys might not think it works. So I'm like, yeah, just don't. Like,
Oh, good.
it'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't.
I'm instantly put at ease.
I think I'm going
Wait,
to give you one
no.
more description, and then that's probably where we'll call it for tonight, because then you can have a think about how you're going to get out of this sticky situation.
Oh, we're not being left on a cliffhanger. That's fun.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I could have gone a bit further, but I think it'll take you a little while to decide what
That's
you want
fine.
to do anyway.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, as we said, the mine, there's been a lot of collapses, cave-ins, and things like that. Basically, Maggie's now a bit stumped because the tunnels no longer quite match what she remembers of where she hid the
Oh,
strongholds.
great.
I think in this case, Jacko chose the right option.
Overwatch.
On the mine.
So yeah, that's where we're going to leave you. You've got Alliance troops patrolling. You've got a mine that you're probably going to have to dig through bits of to get to the strongbox, and somebody who doesn't remember how the tunnels look anymore.
So I'm guessing
Okay.
we're all wearing comms pieces, right?
Well, you're all just in a group at the entrance. You've just stuck your heads in mostly and gone,
Okay.
oh god.
So the tunnels don't go the same places they used to, is what
Well,
we're
I
getting.
think bits have been blocked off. Maggie's just looking in the entrance and going, this is nothing like I remember.
Fantastic.
I just look over at Zaps and just give him that look that says, "You still opposed to selling her out?"
Um,
All right.
And
okay.
I give the look back on like, I'm warming up to the idea.
So hang on. Is this mine that we're in? Is it somewhere that it's okay for people to go, or are people going to be like getting weird about the fact that we're in here and be like, oh, why is that
Yeah.
open?
And because there were boards across the entrance, the next Alliance patrol through here might notice something.
Can we set the boards back up in the entrance to sort of look like they are in place?
Am I
I
able
think
to,
from the inside.
am I able to
I
ask?
can do it from the outside if that helps.
That doesn't help.
Am I able to ask how easily influenced troops are? Like,
Okay,
These are
No,
not the
that's
droids
lemons,
you were looking
lemons.
for.
That's metagaming.
yeah, Lemons. Picture this from a realistic point of view. How easy is it to influence a regular military soldier?
Or a policeman.
Not that.
well,
easy.
because I was thinking I could like trick them because I've got a I've got a 10 in perform and a signature, so I was thinking like I could trick them into opening up the mine a bit more and like, you know.
I don't think that's going to work because you're going to have to answer a whole lot of questions. Why do you want to get in that mine? Who are you? What are you doing here? Is that a wanted criminal next to you?
Yeah.
Does
I
what
do
you're
have-
asking
I do have,
override
like-
the mayor's orders?
I do have like, you know, fake ID cards and a lot of things in influence.
I don't think that's a call we want to risk because that's a call that doesn't go the distance. I fear.
And so, yeah, we'll just remind you guys, the shops available in town is a restaurant, the bar that you're behind, the tool shop, the clothing shop, the apothecary, and the grocers.
So the tool shop's probably going to be a place we need to visit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway,
That's
where we call it for tonight, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think this next bit could take a little while to get through. There's a few different routes you can take and stuff, so...
Cool.
Yeah, also pull a Huck Finn on the guards. I like that. Okay.
So, yeah, hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I'm probably aiming to run the next one same time next weekend, if that suits everybody else.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Going to check my calendar, but I think I am available at that time. I am, as far as I can see.
I am as well.
It's a national holiday, but that's fine. I'm not celebrating it this year.
So
Oh,
that
yes, Sinterklaas.
Yes.
I know about that one.
that's Saturday the 5th, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, I have my my server training that day, but I should be finished by 5.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, that's cool
Yeah.
then. But yeah, if anybody needs to adjust it, we'll make sure it's on the calendar and we'll adjust as we need to. Hopefully the visual interest has been okay for you guys. I will probably look at sprucing up the stuff that we've got on screen a little bit more. It was kind
Draw
of
pretty pictures.
Yeah, pictures.
pretty pictures next time. Now that I've got the character portraits up for everybody, I will probably add those in and a few other bits. But I figured with everything else we needed to track, the post-its are quite good, and we don't have any maps or anything like that.
No.
And hopefully it's got some of you interested in the Cortex system. I'd say we've been having a lot of fun with it, and a lot of the ways it works, once you figure them out, get quite natural. So
I kind of like that it doesn't have a lot of things, like it doesn't say how much the ship can carry. It doesn't say how.
No.
and
It does away with a lot of the fiddly bits.
yeah, there's no
I really
health
like.
points or anything like that. It's only if you hit a certain
I
number
like
of
that.
complications you get taken out and things like
Yeah.
that. So
Or if you're in a high stakes role.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
so yeah, thank you all for watching, and yeah, we'll see you again same time next week, and we'll find out in the epic conclusion exactly what happens to Maggie, whether they do double cross her or not. Well, hopefully epic conclusion.
It's not gonna be whether, it's gonna be when.
Yeah.
Just an
Yeah.
FYI.
Actually, no. I think since that roll, we're now on the Maggie train.
No,
For
I
the
didn't
time
ask-
being.
I didn't help you. So I'm still arguing for the
Correct.
morally correct choice.
Yeah.
Morally incorrect.
He's still off. Eliza was off the hook. She had no consequences of me. I didn't convince her. I just convinced Isaac.
Convince is a strong
Mhm.
word.
Point of order. because I helped Red, does that mean I'm locked into helping Red's point of view?
No,
No.
not
Okay.
like at that point you were backing me. I know that later
Yeah.
on you're probably gonna double cross me.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the way that if Jekko had given the dice to Navarin, he would have to have like followed
No,
along.
so look, it's a lot more freeform than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to check that.
It was mostly trying to convince them to at least at that point not
Okay.
Shoot her.
train them
hand in the
already.
body.
I mean, I'm assuming that once we find the stash, we're gonna have to do that roll again at the very least.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
It's
Uno.
probably going to appear at various different points. Yeah, hey, Uno.
Yes.
So yeah, there's probably at least one, maybe two more sessions of this, depending on how
It'll be
fast we
two.
go as we
We're
get more
taking
familiar.
forever.
So yeah, but that's fun. It's how these things go. And that's this adventure. In the PDF I bought, we've got at least 3 other pre-gen ones, and there's a couple more available now.
So we've got some time before we run out of anything.
Yeah. Somebody did ask earlier about other systems on this. Somebody was mentioning the Serenity one. This is kind of the way
This is the
came
follow-up to it.
Yeah, the Serenity one was the first one on the original Cortex system. They
Yeah,
were
and it was-
only given the license for Serenity and not the rest of it. They've
How
recently
weird is
were
that?
given the license for Firefly as well, which has allowed them to expand this out to be Firefly.
Yes.
And they've shifted to the Cortex Plus system,
Yeah, which is better.
which is a lot better. So if you are looking to purchase this, check it's the Cortex Plus version.
Just check if it's the Firefly roleplay system, because the other one is specifically called the Serenity role-playing system.
And the series of adventures they've been writing, they've been releasing them fairly regularly, and I assume they still will, have been called Echoes of War, and then they're all titled. So this is Echoes of War Flying Loose, I believe it was called. And yeah, there's a few others. There's Wedding Planners is one of the other ones I've played before, which was the very first one they released, and a couple of other different ones as well. But the place I bought them for is drivethroughrpg.com, and Uno has just linked there to Margaret Weiss's shop herself.
Yes. And it also, one of the systems they also have, in one of the settings they have in the same system, or a similar system at least, is the Marvel role-playing, of which I also have a book.
But yeah, the PDFs are all really, really good value, and I collected of the 4 adventures for $10, and the base ones weren't deadly either. So, and they're really in depth as well. They're really good.
Nice.
But yeah, that'll do it for tonight. Thank you everybody for watching, and yeah, we'll see you again next week. So I will probably try and do a Tuesday stream. I will see how Potato Comp is feeling, but seems to have been fairly successful tonight. You can find me everywhere on the internet under this username. Jikawa?
Yeah, you can find me under Jikavo as well, and I don't stream or anything, but I'm always around.
Valk?
Yeah, you can find me as Valkyrie Lemons on most stuff. I don't stream because I don't have the time, but I sometimes randomly do streams now and again, but not regularly.
Red?
Well, I'm Red Nightmare. On Twitch, you need to add a 7 to this name. I'm Afrodolkin3 on Twitter, if you care about that. And I'll be streaming tomorrow from 5 to 7 local time. You'll have to figure out GMT +1. More Advanced Wars.
Excellent. And obviously check out Red and Can't Wear Hats in their Farscape Rewatch podcast.
Yes, Farscape
Available
Rewatch
on
podcast.
youtube.com/Can't Wear Hats. And finally, Navarin.
Yeah, I'm Navarin1 on Twitter if you want that. I'll be here for the next few weeks, and I show up every now and again on HP Braincase's channel on Saturdays, also playing Space Engineers.
Yes.
Yes.
5 GMT.
Excellent. And you obviously all met Tesla before. I do occasionally stream in when he's sleeping next to the computer. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching again, and yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.